and a very warm welcome to Science Monitor, your weekly update on what's happening in the field of science, technology, research and innovation in and around the country. I'm Tina Jha. From the first ever detection of a short GRB from a collapsing star to the latest achievement of Indian researchers in the field of neuromorphic computing, we have plenty in store for you on this edition of Science Monitor. But as always, let's begin with the headlines. Astronomers identify the shortest gamma-ray burst caused by the death of a massive star. Indian astronomers from several research institutes, including ARIES, also involved in the discovery. Researchers from IIT Delhi demonstrate a new brain-inspired artificial neuron. The new model will help to build accurate, fast and energy-efficient neuromorphic AI systems. Drop impact printing technology developed by IISc, CE and SC overcomes the shortcomings of traditional printing. The innovative and cost-effective technique makes 3D bioprinting more efficient and also easier. And we'll see how AICTE is contributing to better technical education in the country. By promoting employment-oriented programs, the Council is making the nation self-reliant in several areas. And now, the news in detail. A team of astronomers have identified the shortest gamma-ray burst, or GRB, caused by the death of a massive star. What makes the discovery all the more special for us is that many Indian astronomers have also contributed to it. This detection has shown for the first time that short GRBs could also emerge from collapsing stars. The new finding will expand our understanding about the GRBs, as well as events like supernova explosions. Here's a detailed report.
Astronomers have identified for the first time a short gamma-ray burst caused by the death of a massive star. This 1-second event was recorded by NASA's Fermi Gamma Ray Space Telescope on the 26th of August 2020. And later confirmed by other observatories as well. In fact, it was the shortest gamma-ray burst caused by the collapse of a star in distant space. This event has been named GRB 200826A. The identification of this short GRB involved several scientists across the world, including Dr. Shashi Bhushan Pandey from the Aryabhat Research Institute of Observational Sciences, ARIES, an institute of the Department of Science and Technology, DST. From India, the Inter-University Centre for Astronomy and Astrophysics, Pune, National Centre for Radio Astrophysics, Tata Institute of Fundamental Research, Pune, and IIT Mumbai also participated in this work. These Indian institutes helped to show for the first time that a dying star can produce short bursts too.
Many Indian facilities were used to observe this interesting event, and first multi-wavelength space telescope called AstroSat observed this event in gamma rays. A radio follow-up was done by GMRT, the radio telescope in Pune, and I was part of one of the ongoing proposals at 10.4 m Gran Canarias telescope in Spain, where under our proposal we measured the redshift of this object, which allowed us to measure the distance of this particular interesting source.
GRBs are the most powerful events in the universe, detectable across billions of light years. Astronomers classify them as long or short based on whether the event lasts for more or less than 2 seconds. Until this latest discovery, only long GRBs associated with the death of giant stars had been studied. When a massive star runs out of fuel, its core collapses suddenly and forms a black hole. As matter swirls towards the black hole, Some of it escapes in the form of two powerful jets that rush outward at almost the speed of light in opposite directions. Each jet drills through the star, producing a pulse of gamma rays that can last up to minutes. Scientists can detect these jets only if they happen to point almost directly towards Earth. Until now, only long GRBs were thought to be associated with the death of massive stars, while short GRBs were linked with other scenarios like collision of neutron stars. Gamma ray burst 2008-26A was a rapid burst of high energy emission, lasting only 0.65 seconds. The recording of this event has helped resolve long-standing questions related to gamma ray bursts.
This finding clearly indicates that all massive stars not necessarily create a very well-defined jet boring through the star and coming out of the stellar cocoon nicely and forming a jet, which is actually expected from such a scenario. That is one thing. And second is that the number density and the number distribution of such explosions which we know in the sky is actually challenged apart from the classification scheme of GRBs.
Although this was a short gamma ray burst, yet it emitted 14 million times the energy released by the entire Milky Way galaxy over the same amount of time, making it one of the most energetic short-duration GRBs ever seen. This discovery will help draw many conclusions related to the death of stars, supernovae and GRBs.
IIT Delhi has achieved a major breakthrough in the field of neuromorphic computing. Researchers from the institute have invented a new artificial neuron inspired by the human brain. This invention of the spiking neuron model could bring about significant changes in the creation of precise neuromorphic AI systems and may lead to the development of efficient real-time applications. More details in this report.
Human brain is one of the most complex, fast and powerful natural computers known to mankind, controlling many bodily functions and triggering reactions simultaneously. This small natural computer is the basis of today's artificial intelligence and machine learning. Inspired by the human brain, scientists and researchers are developing neuromorphic computing technology to build intelligent machines for the future. In a major step in this direction, researchers from the Department of Electrical Engineering, Indian Institute of Technology, Delhi, have now achieved significant success. The researchers have invented an artificial neuron inspired by the basic unit of the human brain, the neuron. This may prove to be a major milestone in neuromorphic artificial intelligence technology.
As AI is touching our lives every day, there are so many applications that we interact with, or that so many different forms of data where we are using automation or AI. The nature of problems is becoming more complex. So the building blocks, the neurons or synapses, they need to be able to handle this new type of complexity. Okay, so that is one part. So this particular neuron model which we have designed here, it is able to handle more complex data.
Neurons and synapses are believed to be the most important building blocks, giving rise to intelligence inside the human brain. On the same basis, a new spiking neuron model named Double Exponential Adaptive Threshold Neuron, or DEXAT, has been developed. According to the researchers, this new model will be helpful in developing accurate, fast and energy-efficient neuromorphic AI systems for real-world applications such as speech recognition. Benefits of invention were shown on multiple data sets, and it achieved high performance with few neurons.
If you deploy any AI model, you need systems which dissipate a lot of energy, which consume a lot of power. So they are very energy hungry systems traditionally. And so that poses a question on the sustainability. or the carbon footprint of the technology. So while it is a very useful technology, we need to be mindful about what is its impact on nature, climate, and all those things. So that takes us to the point of energy efficiency. So we have to design AI systems, AI models, or AI hardware in such a way that it is energy efficient, it is more sustainable. Neuromorphic is inherently more energy efficient.
Professor Manan Suri, in collaboration with researchers Ahmad Shaban and Sai Sukrut Bezugam, successfully demonstrated a hybrid nano-device-based hardware realization. The proposed nano-device neuromorphic network achieved 94% accuracy, even with very high device variability, which indicates robustness. The results of the study have recently been published in the journal Nature Communications. The research team has also filed a patent for this.
And with that, time for a short break on the program. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back. You're watching Science Monitor. The Indian Institute of Science, Bengaluru, not only churns out excellent talent in the field of science and technology, but also develops innovative solutions to accelerate the scientific advancement of the country. One such innovative solution that the Premier Institute has come up with is the drop impact printing technology. The technology has been developed by the Institute's Center for Nanoscience and Engineering and can be used for a variety of printing applications, including 3D printing of live cells. Let's see how this technology solves problems related to new age printing.
Printing technology has progressed a lot over time. From paper printing to design and 3D printing, and now manufacturing is also closely tied to printing. However, with the change in printing needs, traditional printers are no longer able to keep up with the ever-changing field. Printers typically have nozzles with small holes that cannot withstand high mass loading, and the nozzle becomes clogged. This poses a huge problem in bulk printing, 3D printing, and bioprinting. To overcome this, researchers from the Center for Nanoscience and Engineering at the Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore, have now developed a drop-on-demand or drop-impact printing technology that is capable of generating a wide range of droplet sizes using a variety of inks. This innovative technology developed by Indian researchers can open a new dimension in the field of 3D printing, conventional printing, and even in the field of bioprinting that requires dispensing live cells. The technology also promises to significantly reduce the printing cost.
In drop impact printing, we use the kinetic energy of a falling droplet on a superhydrophobic mesh to generate smaller droplets. The size of the ejected droplets can be controlled by changing the pore openings of the superhydrophobic mesh. This unique way of printing is economical and simple. Nozzle clogging is a major problem in most of the existing printing techniques. In drop impact printing, as the superhydrophobic mesh is used, it doesn't allow the falling droplet to stick to the superhydrophobic mesh. And hence, in this particular technique, we can print particle suspension with very high mass loading.
The new technology replaces the nozzles with mesh. Nanowires are grown on the mesh and the resulting is chemically treated to make it super hydrophobic or water resistant. As a result, when a large droplet impacts the mesh, it is repelled by the non-wetting surface and it bounces back. However, during the bounce back, a small part of the droplet breaks through the hole in the mesh and gets deposited on the surface below, and the droplet is printed. Since a large part of the ink is in contact with the mesh for a very short time, the particles do not get a chance to clog the pores of the mesh. This allows ink with more mass to be used. In a single cycle, lines as high as 217 microns can be printed, which may still require hundreds of printing cycles in a traditional printing machine. The idea of drop impact printing emerged when researchers were working on the development of nanostructured surfaces that could repel water.
The question is, how does this droplet ejection take place? And more importantly, why does it take place during the recoil phase? Upon further investigation, we found that when the droplet hits the superhydrophobic surface, a cavity is created at its center. And when this cavity collapses, momentum of the interface is higher than the momentum of the actual impacting droplet. This leads to formation of a jet, and which breaks to give us a single droplet.
This printing technique is useful in various applications. Electronic circuits and devices can be printed on flexible substrates. 3D printing can be done using high mass loading ink, and printing of live cells and bacteria has also been achieved using this technique. As the setup is extremely simple, it reduces the cost, thereby improving the printer's accessibility to a larger community. The mesh also costs only a small fraction of the nozzles that it replaces. This significantly reduces operational costs when compared to conventional printing techniques.
The All India Council for Technical Education works as a premier national-level advisory body. Since its establishment, AICTE has surveyed the facilities available for technical education in the country and encouraged their development in an integrated manner. Today, the Council is playing an important role in implementing job-related programs in various institutes across the country. Here's a special report.
India is making rapid progress in several technical fields. In fact, Indian technology and innovations are at the forefront of several fields all across the world. Indian engineers are a part of many global institutes and technology setups. The credit for this goes to all the Indian institutes of technical education and the institutions leading them towards continued progress, the All India Council for Technical Education, AICTE. AICTE was established to survey facilities for technical education and promote development in the country in a coordinated and integrated manner. Since then, this council has made significant contributions to making technical education imparted in the country truly world-class.
What is required today in the 21st century, if it is not taught, students will become irrelevant when they go to the industry. And that's why our first target was to revise the curricula involving IIT faculty, the industry, and we created that platform where we gave the curriculum which is ready-made for universities to adopt. 6 months internship is mandatory. Either you do it in one full semester or 3 summer vacations, 2 months each. And such students, when they go to industry, they are certainly knowing the practices in industry and they become highly employable.
AICTE covers technical education programs like engineering, technology, architecture, town planning, management, pharmacy, applied arts and crafts, hotel management, and catering technology. The objectives of the Council include promotion of quality in technical education, planning and coordinated development of technical education system, and regulations and maintenance of norms and standards in technical education system. With these prime objectives, AICTE is working to ensure the socio-economic development of the country by ensuring availability of high-quality technical education to all the sections of the society.
The quality first is to be delivered to the faculty, train the trainers, and then they in turn will teach their students. So this was also started. Then secondly, we had 8-module teacher certification program for higher education. Higher means higher technical education, which we started using the best faculty available in NITERS, in Indian Institute of Science and IITs. And these 8 modules are for the entire life cycle of a fresh teacher who joins the profession. So once he is trained in these 8 modules, he knows what to do, when to do, how to do, and they become excellent teachers in the next 1 or 2 years immediately. Otherwise, our teachers used to struggle to become good teacher for 10, 20 years.
AICTE coordinates with various industry, academia, and policy-making organizations, associations, and councils across the country to continuously assess the quality of technical courses, the development and introduction of innovative programs in technical education institutions in the country, and also ensuring their practical conduct. For this, at present, regional committees and subcommittees of the All India Council for Technical Education are functioning at Kolkata, Chennai, Kanpur, Mumbai, Bangalore, Bhopal, Chandigarh and Hyderabad, with its national headquarters at New Delhi. AICTE has developed and implemented various new programs in the field of technology, including the recently launched postgraduate program in defense technology in collaboration with DRDO.
टेक्निकल एजुकेशन अगर मैं कहूँ तो उसमें विशेष रूप से इंजीनियरिंग एजुकेशन, मैनेजमेंट की एजुकेशन है, कंप्यूटर एप्लीकेशन की एजुकेशन है, आर्ट्स, क्राफ्ट्स, डिज़ाइन। तो इस तरह की जो एजुकेशन है जिसमें बच्चों के हाथ में कुछ हुनर आता है, प्रोफेशनल एजुकेशन में ऐसी एजुकेशन जिसमें बच्चों के हाथ में करने के बाद हुनर आता है, इस तरह की शिक्षा हम लोग प्रोवाइड करते हैं। आज हमारे पास करीब 10,000 संस्थान हैं देश के अंदर, जो दुनिया में किसी के पास नहीं होगी, जो तकनीकी शिक्षा देते हैं। इसमें करीब 3,500 इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेजेस हैं, 3,000 के करीब पॉलिटेक्निक है, 1,000 के करीब MBA इंस्टीट्यूट्स हैं, फिर हमारे PGDM इंस्टीट्यूट्स करीब 500 के करीब हैं। इस तरह से मिला के कुल संख्या जो है 10,000 से ज़्यादा है तकनीकी शिक्षा में शिक्षा देने वाले संस्थानों की।
AICTE has created a network of institutions that provide high-quality technical education so that resources can be utilized to the maximum. The Council has also increased contact between industry and institutions to help develop innovative products and services. AICTE aims to provide affordable technical education to all, and at the same time, there is a focus on non-formal education as well. The Council is an important link in building a self-reliant India.
Welcome back once again. Time now to take a quick look at some other developments that have made news in the field of science and technology in our special segment, Science Express.
The Ministry of Earth Sciences, Government of India celebrated its 15th Foundation Day on the 27th of July 2021. Following COVID-19 guidelines, the main function was organized at Prithvi Bhavan headquarters, in which the Union Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh participated as the chief guest. Dr. Singh encouraged the ministry to expand and promote services in the interest of society, especially those related to weather, climate, ocean and seismology. On this occasion, the Union Minister launched Earth System Science Data Portal, an integrated digital web portal of the Ministry of Earth Sciences Institutes. In addition, a new MOES website was also launched. The Union Minister also released a book titled Hydrocarbon Fluid Inclusions in Petroliferous Basins, along with Secretary, Ministry of Earth Sciences, Dr. M. Rajivan, and other dignitaries. The India Meteorological Department also introduced a new mobile app named Pune Weather Live. The winners of the MOES National Awards were also announced at the event. NASA's Apollo 15 moon mission has completed 50 years on 26 July 2021. Apollo 15 was the first mission where astronauts used the Apollo Lunar Surface Drill and the Lunar Roving Vehicle to explore the moon. The surface of the moon was drilled to trace its history. Now, NASA's Artemis mission aims to drill the lunar surface again with the help of a regolith and ice drill for exploring new terrain, or Trident. Trident is also a rotary percussive drill but won't need manual operation by the astronauts. The drill is the key to locating ice and other resources on the moon and has been designed by Honeybee Robotics for NASA. Trident is a drill on both Prime 1 and Viper missions of NASA. The missions will have robots scouting the surface of the moon to collect information about the lunar south pole before Artemis astronauts land on the moon in 2024. The Polar Resources Ice Mining Experiment 1, or Prime 1, will be the first in situ resource utilization demonstration on the moon, targeted for launch in late 2022. Several steps are being taken by the Ministry of Science and Technology to popularize the science stream at the higher secondary level among the girl students. The Union Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh gave this information during the recent Rajya Sabha session. The minister informed about the program Vigyan Jyoti, which was started in the year 2019-2020 to encourage the meritorious girl students of classes 9th to 12th. This program is specially for those areas where the representation of girls in science and technology education is very low. At present, this program is implemented in about 100 districts of the country. Various activities such as science camps, special lectures, classes, student-parent interactions with role models and counseling are organized under this program. Apart from this, DST's Women in Science and Engineering Kiran scheme also has various programs to encourage and promote women researchers in the field of science and technology. A team of geneticists and archaeologists from Ireland, France, Iran, Germany and Austria has sequenced the DNA of a 1600-year-old sheep mummy from an ancient Iranian salt mine, Chehrabad. This breakthrough has revealed ancient sheep husbandry practices in the region, besides underlining how natural mummification can influence DNA degradation. The findings of this remarkable discovery have recently been published in the international research journal Biology Letters. Iran's Chehrabad Salt Lake is known for preserving biological material. The human remains of the famous Salt Man were recovered from this mine. Recent research confirms that this natural mummification process, in which water evaporates from a body, thereby preserving soft tissues, was also used to preserve animal remains. Ancient DNA is usually damaged and fragmented, but DNA extracted from the remains of the mummified sheep was completely preserved, the credit for which goes to the natural mummification process.
So that's it from us on this edition of Science Monitor. You can send us your feedback and suggestions through email. Our email ID is news@vigyanprasar.gov.in. And you can also write to us. Our address is Vigyan Prasar, 5th floor, Prithvi Bhavan, Lodi Road, New Delhi, 110003. So time to take your leave now. See you again same time next week. Until then, stay safe, take care of yourselves and your families, and also continue to think scientifically.